serve in the parliament of your country is a noble thing. Very rare do you ever hear that someone would accept and turn down after.
In an interview with opposition leader Tobias Clement on Thursday, he told GBN that appointed Senator Karine James says personal reasons have forced her to withdraw her acceptance to remain in the Senate.
Yes, I can confirm that the statement that you have heard, that last night I got a WhatsApp from Ms. James that she will at this time decline the offer to be in the Senate, and she claimed most likely it is for personal reasons that at this point she cannot accept the appointment.
James, who was appointed as senator in 2018 and became Grenada's youngest member of parliament, was one of two females put forward by Clement as senators. Clement told GBN that he has already selected a St. Andrew resident whose identity was withheld to fill the vacant position. Clement told GBN it leaves one baffled why James was put in a position to decline his offer.
I do believe that within that organization they have a lot of things to trash out and to get straight, because I think it was said that Tobias Clement from his platform cannot be trusted, because as if it is some big clandestine or conspiracy theory with NNP that I want to dampen the voice of NDC within the parliament of the country or within Grenada. I think too that I'm getting the feeling that some people within that organization were very upset that I did not share the To The Point program, GBN, with them on Tuesday.
Clement says he will soon dispatch a letter to the Governor General, Dame Cécile Lagrenade, to inform her of the changes for senatorial appointments. GBN's attempt to get a response from James has proved futile. Cherry and Blackman Stephen, GBN News.
Grenada on Thursday welcomed a third batch of Grenadian cruise ship workers. The 19 workers disembarked from the Disney Fantasy cruise ship.
Back to the land of spice. 19 Grenadians stranded aboard cruise ships for weeks returned to Grenada on Thursday. On hand to welcome them was Tourism and Civil Aviation Minister Dr. Clarence Modest-Cowan.
We are expecting 19 Grenadian nationals as crew from that ship. I must commend Disney. They have been in communication with us for quite a while, so there's no surprise element there. And we have discussed all of the necessary steps that have to be taken here. The crew would have been informed that they would be tested for COVID on arrival. They know that right after they have been checked, they will be escorted to a government facility where they would be quarantined for 14 days.
Minister Modest-Cowan spoke about the next batch of workers to return.
Cruise ship that we expect after Disney is Royal Caribbean Cruise Lines, coming in with 42 crew members, and they will be coming in on Sunday. God's will. There was a toss-up between Sunday, Monday, but we are preparing for Sunday.
GBN was informed that the first batch of cruise ship workers will be tested on Friday and released, while the second batch will be tested on Saturday before being allowed to reunite with their families. Thursday's returnees bring the total to 64. There are in excess of 75 Grenadians aboard Norwegian cruise ship in Miami, awaiting their return to Grenada.
Conversation was started, but they have not given us any scheduled time as yet to bring in our Grenadian nationals. We also have been in touch with MSC. And so between MSC and Norwegian, we're expecting about 130 or a little more, thereabouts. So these would be the bigger batches. So it is good for us in a sense, so we can stage the quarantine process, given the fact that our quarantine facilities are limited. And we would like to ensure that everybody gets a comfortable facility, but also that the full time is served.
The tourism minister said that arrangements are also being made to welcome home the 2 cruise workers kept in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Cherry and Blackman Stephen, GBN News.
Now, yachts have started arriving at the Camper Nicholson Port Louis Marina. This is now possible after government's decision to allow entry following strict protocols. Upon arrival, they all went through a screening process by Ministry of Health officials.
The plan to facilitate entry is aimed at offering yachts safe berth during the hurricane season, which in turn should give the yachting sector a much-needed economic boost. On hand to welcome the passengers of the yachts on Thursday were Minister for Tourism and Civil Aviation Clarice Modeste-Cohen, Chairman of the Grenada Tourism Authority Brenda Hood, Ministry of Health and other officials. The passengers first had to go through an online pre-registration on the Marine and Yachting Association of Grenada, MAYAG, online platform. They will remain offshore to begin their 14-day quarantine, after which the yacht passengers will be tested for COVID-19. Tourism Minister Clarice Modeste-Cohen says it was a team effort in establishing the protocols while keeping in mind the health and safety of the nation as a top priority.
Done something that would create a safe environment for the persons who are coming into our country, but also safe for all people who are going to work with them. There is some screening done now, and when they come off after 14 days, they will all be tested, and still in the hotels they'll be monitored just like we would monitor everyone who comes to a hotel. But we believe that everything considered, that it is a low-risk situation, and it's a good way for us to start the reopening process.
Nautical Development Manager at the GTA, Nicoyan Roberts, speaks on their role in this process.
The teams at the GTA and the MOT have therefore worked to integrate, synopsize the procedures that were recommended by all of these agencies, and specifically look at the role of health and hygiene in ensuring that business coming to Grenada from the yachting sector now is certified as approved in terms of checking all of the boxes which look at our care of the visitor and care of the citizens of this country.
MAYAG Secretariat Karen Steele says special arrangements have been made to facilitate services to the yachts. This was a joint effort between the Ministry of Tourism and the Grenada Tourism Authority and other stakeholders. Chrislina John, GBN News.
This is News at 7. Still to come from us. A farmer finds himself in a predicament. He loses his field of crops. Alleged Douglaston estate arsonist goes to court, and Grenadian songster featured on BBC. We'll be right back.
Republic Bank assures all personal, small business, commercial and corporate banking customers of our continued support during these uncertain times. We are pleased to advise that all our credit officers are available to assist you with navigating your finances during these challenging times. We encourage you to contact your relationship officer at the bank for discussion and advice on your particular circumstance for a solution that meets your specific needs. Additionally, you may email us at customercare@republicgrenada.com or send us a message on Facebook or call 444-2265. We look forward to continue offering the best possible quality and personalized service to you.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Now more than ever, Flow is working hard to keep you connected to the things that matter most. Your family, your work, and your favorite entertainment. We are also providing Flow Study free of charge so students can stay connected and up to date with their schoolwork. And because your safety is our highest priority, you can manage your account from the safety of your own home through the MyFlow app. We are here for you, keeping you connected.
In our part of the world, we need to be prepared for natural disasters like storms and hurricanes, even outside of the season. I'm sure you'll agree that keeping our loved ones, homes, and businesses safe is important. So, I came up with a few quick tips to help you stay safe. First, First, make a family disaster plan and ensure that everyone in your household is familiar and comfortable with it. Remember to add batteries and flashlights to your emergency kit. Now, for electrical safety. Familiarize yourself with your electrical panel, as it may be necessary to switch off the power during a storm or flood. Make sure you install a transfer or isolation switch to prevent your generator feeding electricity to Grenlec's line. If trees are too close to power lines, call Grenlec at 237 for advice. By following these easy steps, you will be well on your way to being hurricane ready. Don't be caught off guard by natural disasters. Prepare now. For more information, visit grenlec.com.
Our superheroes are all among us. They don't wear capes nor have superpowers. In fact, they appear to be quite ordinary. They are the ones who provide us with food. They are our farmers, our grocery store workers, our vendors. They are our fishermen. They are the ones who heal us, our doctors and medical practitioners. They are the ones who protect us, our police officers. They are all the other essential workers who make this period bearable. And how can we forget our teachers, dedicated to educating our children no matter the circumstance? To everyone who is doing their part to make sure the wheel keeps turning, Ariza says, thank you.
Tropical shipping is fast and reliable, always on time, safe and affordable. Friendly staff here to connect you. Tropical worldwide, you must get you. Shop online and you get it on time. Hassle free to meet your deadline. Consolidate any size, any load with tropical shipping, so we ship everything. I can't wait to ship with tropical. Can't wait. No package too big, too small. I cannot wait to ship with tropical. No package too big, too small. Just ship with tropical.
Local agents, George F. Huggins and Company, Grenada Limited. Telephone number 440-8787 or visit our website at www.tropical.com. Email us at grenadasales@tropical.com. Tropical Shipping, committed to island life.
GBN leads, the others follow. This segment is brought to you by Republic Bank.
Republic Bank assures all personal, small business, commercial, and corporate banking customers of our continued support during these uncertain times. We are pleased to advise that all our credit officers are available to assist you with navigating your finances during these challenging times. We encourage you to contact your relationship officer at the bank for discussion and advice on your particular circumstance for a solution that meets your specific needs. Additionally, you may email us at customercare@republicgrenada.com or send us a message on Facebook or call 444-2265. We look forward to continue offering the best possible quality and personalized service to you.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
A farmer in St. Andrews says he has lost over $50,000 in crops. He claims this was as a result of his lone water source being disconnected by officers of the Ministry of Agriculture. More in this report.
After 3 to 4 months of hard labor, Leslie Noel, a farmer for over 30 years, says he is now forced to watch his tomatoes, melon, beans, and other produce die just weeks away from harvesting. Late last year, he started operating on a plot of land near the Maribo agricultural plant, which he says provided water for farmers in the area through an irrigation system. The farmer said he applied for permission to use the station's water, but admits he took it upon himself to connect the pipes while he waited for a response. He told GBN that without any notification, the line was removed and now his crops have withered.
Up to now, the water haven't been come back. But last week Wednesday, while I was in St. George's selling, the minister called me on the phone and she tell me, the Minister of Agriculture, she tell me that she called the PS and she tell him to order them to hook back up the connection. But up to now, the connection hasn't been hooked up and nobody call me and tell me nothing, and all the crops and them just dying on the ground there. Well, tremendous amount, you know. Beans, 500 stula beans go down here. 12 trees of cabbage on the ground there go down. 600 stula tomatoes they go down. 250 stula salad pepper they go down. And 11 trees of watermelon here that go down. And 500 stula pumpkin up there, all that go down.
Noel, who would regularly supply produce to various supermarkets and the marketing board, says the action against him is devastating, especially in this time of crisis. GBN spoke to agronomist and manager of the Maribor Agriculture Plant, Alison Haynes, who said many pipes were removed from farmers' lands, not just Mr. Noel's plot.
We took the decision because our operation, as I said, the dam is specifically for the operation, or first we should give priority to the operation of the station. So all the legal connections, they were persons who connected illegally, they were disconnected to ensure that we get the required volume of water to sustain our operations here at the station.
Haynes said there are specific procedures that must be followed in order to access the water supply, especially during the dry season. Joseph McKee-Smith, GBN News.
The man accused of setting fire to one of Grenada's historic sites and processing plants has been remanded to Her Majesty's prisons. Here's the report.
On Wednesday, Peter Adrian Henry was charged with 2 counts of arson for intentionally and unlawfully setting fire to the Buchan and a dwelling house at the centuries-old Douglaston estate in St. John. Henry's bail was set in the sum of $100,000 with 2 sureties. However, no one accepted the bail on his behalf. Both structures at the cocoa processing plant were totally destroyed by Monday morning's fire. The loss due to the fire is estimated to be just under $1 million. Henry's next court appearance has been set for Monday, May 25th at the Gov Magistrates Court. Chrislina John, GBN News.
This one to report 2 popular Grenadians in the music industry have been featured by a popular BBC show. Beverly Telesford caught up with one of the voices behind the music, Tamara St. Bernard.
A new singer to me, her name is Tamara Songbird St. Bernard, and she's actually from the Spice Island, Grenada, as is the man who produced it, Eugene Gittens. That's his new production. It's on the street. It's called I've Got You.
A radio show widely known to have helped boost the popularity of reggae artists like Coffee and others has featured Grenadian singer Tamara Songbird St. Bernard and musician-producer Eugene Gittens. The BBC Radio 1 Extra Best Sunday Reggae Vibes with celebrity host David Rodigan is one of the premier reggae programs in the UK. Songster Tamara St. Bernard said the feeling was unmatched hearing herself on a platform she held at high esteem.
I felt humbled, and I say humbled because a lot of people were tagging me and posting it before I found out. I mean, that's how I kind of found out that was happening. And I was like, you know, this is a big deal. But I'm still going to remain level-headed, still remain humble, not try to get too excited because, I mean, that's just one platform of many. I mean, I knew the song was great, but I did not know that it would have reached to BBC One Extra. BBC One Extra is a radio station, YouTube channel, web page that I normally visit all the time to get updates on other reggae artists. So it was a humbling experience. I felt many different emotions, but the number one emotion was humility.
St. Bernard went back to the genesis of the song.
When Eugene contacted me to do the rhythm, he actually contacted me to do something on the rhythm for someone, and he was like, you know what, I need you to sing on this song. So I told him I need to listen to the song first because I always have this thing that I say that every rhythm has an emotion. So when I listened to it, I was like, ooh, it sounds good, you know? It sounded more like something to tell a love story to. And I decided to actually just put a little bit of my love story into a song.
BBC One Extra Sunday Reggae Vibes has championed reggae music in the UK and around the world for decades. The song featured on the programme is called I've Got You on the Proper Ting rhythm. For GBN News, Beverly Telesford.
We invite you to stay with us. We'll be back.
It's new, innovative and classy, and it cut above the rest. Your one-stop shop for bathtubs, kitchenette, customized doors and windows, and even a new paint job. We also sell quartz and solid surface countertops. At M&N Hardware, we offer best prices, excellent service, efficiency, and reliability. Visit us at Dusty Highway, Grandin, St. George, or call telephone number 440-6757. M&N Hardware, from foundation to roof. Let's build together.
The Grenada Distillers Limited joins the government and people of Grenada, Carriacou and Petite Martinique in the fight against COVID-19. Only together we can beat this pandemic. As a corporate citizen, we have temporarily stopped the production of rum, and our focus has been on the production of a sanitizing solution to assist in the fight against this dreadful pandemic. We have commenced free distribution to the senior citizens' homes, children's homes, and other vital organizations around the country, and made this product available to you at supermarkets and pharmacies island-wide. We encourage you to please listen and obey the guidelines issued by our health authority and the Royal Grenada Police Force. Together, and only together, we can beat COVID-19.
Are you looking for quality herbs and herbal supplements? Or are you thinking about having a complete body cleanse to jumpstart your health? Then no need to look further. Visit Nirvana Natural Health Clinic, Detox Center, and Natural Health Store. We carry a wide range of herbal products for kidney and gallstone cleansing, male sexual enhancement formulas, asthma and sinusitis, gas and bloating, acid reflux, constipation, arthritis, imbalanced hormones, female health issues, liver cleansing, weight loss, and so much more. Also available, colonic irrigation, holistic health consultations, essential oils, and diffusers. Look out for our online natural health store coming soon. Call 231-6642 for 18-7115 or 449-7753 to find out about our delivery options or to book an appointment. Visit us at Belmont St. George's, close to the Fallage, Monday to Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Nirvana Natural Health Clinic. Detox your way to health.
How going on, boy? Hey, good old things. Hey, easy. Yeah. Boy, in line, boy. Your house looking a real good day. Boy, it's thanks to the hard-working and professional staff at the Housing Authority of Grenada. They handled me real nice. They did my plan, they did the construction, and I didn't even have to worry about a thing. They were there with me every step of the way, supervising the job, asking me about my concerns, giving me feedback as the house took shape. They were there from start to finish, and even put the keys in the palm of my hand. I give them an A++ for customer service. Oh, it's people from housing bad, boy. Boy, not bad. Excellent. If you're thinking about constructing your home, why not consult the Housing Authority of Grenada? You could visit them right down in the Sandino complex, or give them a call, 440-1015 or 440-1016. Or check out their website, hag473.com. They go handle you. They go jog your blocks, they go draw your plan, they go tote your materials. Hey man, where you going? The Housing Authority of Grenada is your choice for affordable housing and a stress-free construction experience.
This is GBN. We've got the means, the power, and the medium. This segment is brought to you by Flow.
We're here for our youth. We're giving all students access to Flow Study. Here's how to register.
this story to report as measures to curb the social and economic effects of COVID-19 continue. A recent initiative to suspend debt service for the rest of the year has been embraced by government.
Prime Minister and Minister for Finance Dr. Keith Mitchell has welcomed the Paris Club Debt Service Suspension Initiative, DSSI, which will grant the country suspension of debt service between May and December 2020. A press release issued by the Paris Club confirmed Grenada's eligibility for the DSSI, and the suspension of debt service will be effective from May 1st to December 31st, 2020. In late March, the World Bank and the International Monetary Fund called on bilateral creditors to provide debt relief for International Development Association countries like Grenada, suspending payments on loans and allowing them to use available resources to fight the pandemic. Following the Paris Club announcement, the government of Grenada will be initiating discussions with bilateral creditors for the final sign-off of the debt service suspension. It is anticipated that up to EC $14 million of Grenada's debt burden will be suspended through this arrangement. For GBN News, Beverly Telesford.
Lessons to be learned or sentiments being echoed following a gas station explosion on Union Island 2 days ago. The National Emergency Management Office coordinator believes Tuesday night's explosion at the lone gas station on Union Island should be viewed as a wake-up call for other islands. More details in this report.
Abidan White, who was minutes away from the explosion when it occurred on Tuesday night, strongly recommends formal training and equipment to manage future emergencies.
What I would like, persons need training in understanding different types of fire, because were there more diesel at the gas station, it would have been worse, because by wetting down that area, the fire could have actually spread on the water. So that is an important thing. Secondly, since running these gas stations, they need to have emergency firefighting units to deal with these fires before they actually get out of control, because the help could access it. The local emergency management persons, they could know where they are. So even if persons who are working at the gas station are injured, you have persons who could actually go and access it.
Similar sentiments were echoed by former employee of the GBN, who is currently the Executive Director of Sustainable Grenadines, Inc., Orisha Joseph.
I really agree with what Adam said. I think for me, especially thinking broader, coming from a mainland, coming from Grenada, we take a lot of things for granted when we are on the island. And living on a small island, especially in the Grenadines, let's say from Carriacou all the way to Beckway and vice versa. If something small happens, it throws up that entire population, that entire people, planning long term and how we operate in the Grenadines, knowing how vulnerable we are. If any natural disaster or any sort of incident were to happen, I think that whenever governments are planning, special care and attention needs to be taken into consideration in terms of how we plan our city plans or going forward. Because
the gas station has been the main supplier of gas for motorists on the island, as well as 3 other islands, inclusive of Sister Isle, Petit Martinique. This created a major setback for many, including boatmen.
See how one know this, this gas station was affected, and then Union is affected, Myro is affected, and potentially those persons who used to come from Petit Martinique to get gas, and that's 3 islands, plus vehicles on the island, plus all the boats, because Myro have a gas station, they depend on their boats to get from one island to the next, and to go fishing, and all of that, So it's for me, it has to be, let this be a lesson learned.
Ms. Joseph says the main takeaway from Tuesday night's incident is the need for proper physical planning. The fire took place while the station was being refueled with supplies from mainland St. Vincent. The gas station is located in the village of Clifton, which is known as the main business center on Union Island. Chrislina John, GBN News.
Time for this evening's GBN Eye Saw compliments Clear Vision Eye Center.
A good eye captures all. GBN Eye Saw is brought to you by Clear Vision.
You know us, but we knew. You feel at home with every visit. An experienced team offering personalized courtier service and trendy brand name lifestyle products. Changing the vision care landscape one customer at a time. Clear Vision Eye Center. People and technology coming together to help you see the world with a clearer vision.
Tonight's ISAW features the leader of the National Democratic Congress, Franca Bernardine, and her team making face masks for distribution to help reduce the spread of the coronavirus in Grenada. You can send in your photo and video submissions via our social media platforms.
Still to come from us, the weather followed by the sports news. See you tomorrow.
Communal, we are adapting to meet the changing needs of our shareholders and members. Times are changing, and with the changing times comes a whole new way to do business. Our parents may have done their banking a different way. Communal's state-of-the-art online banking and international debit card allows members to do business with great ease. It's like literally having a branch in your very own hands. Need a loan? Apply online from the comfort of your own home anywhere in the world, and your request will be dealt with remotely. Want to transfer between your accounts or another shareholder? No wait time for transactions to update. Voila! Who needs receipts when you can receive them via e-statements on your mobile device and save the environment? Not a communal member? You can join our family today by applying online. At Communal, we see you working hard to ensure that you save, invest, and grow. Communal, join us today. This will be the best financial decision you have ever made. My name is Hollis Mr. Killer Map, and I endorse this message.
The Esplanade Mall, something for everyone. Go on a shopping spree today and experience some magic.
The Grenada Distillers Limited joins the government and people of Grenada, Carriacou and Petit Martinique in the fight against COVID-19. Only together we can beat this pandemic. As a corporate citizen, we have temporarily stopped the production of rum, and our focus has been on the production of a sanitizing solution to assist in the fight against this dreadful pandemic. We have commenced free distribution to the senior citizens' homes, children's homes, and other vital organizations around the country, and made this product available to you at supermarkets and pharmacies island-wide. We encourage you to please listen and obey the guidelines issued by our health authority and the Royal Grenada Police Force. Together, and only together, we can beat COVID-19.
Keeping an eye on the weather. This is GBN. We've got you covered.
Weather for Grenada, Carriacou and Petite Martinique valid for tonight and the following 3 days. Weather tonight mostly fair at first and windy, becoming partly cloudy during light to moderate showers, mainly after midnight. Tonight's minimum temperature 25 degrees Celsius. Wind easterly to east-southeasterly at 13 to 23 miles per hour. Gusting higher at times. Seas moderate, waves up to 6 feet in open water. Tides currently falling, low at 8:30 p.m., high at 3 a.m. Sunrise tomorrow morning, 5:43. The weather on Friday, the 22nd day of May, partly cloudy and windy with light isolated morning and nighttime showers. On Saturday, the 23rd, partly cloudy and windy with occasional light to moderate showers, increasing in cloudiness and showers after midnight. And on Sunday, the 24th, mostly fair and windy with brief interruptions of light showers during partly cloudy spells. Stay with us now for the sports news. Good evening, sporting fans. The agent for Bayer Leverkusen star Leon Bailey is refuting statements made by the Jamaica Football Federation, JFF, in response to comments made by his player on Instagram. Earlier this week, JFF President Michael Ricketts and his General Secretary Dalton Wint aggressively responded to comments the player made suggesting the organization would be at fault if the Reggae Boys were not at the next World Cup in Qatar. However, Bailey's agent Craig Butler, in an interview on Sportsmax, came to the defense of his client.
Listen, the reality is, if you win, you take the credit for winning. If you lose, you also must take the responsibility for losing. Whatever you do, good or bad, it is going to be your responsibility. So in reality, what Leon said is nothing bad. He's saying, if we don't go to the World Cup, it's the JFF fault. Who is the JFF? If we do go to the World Cup, the JFF will jump and say happy.
The JFF was also displeased with Bailey's criticism of Reggae Boys coach Theodore Whitmore. However, Butler also believes that Whitmore's squad rotation policy was counterproductive and did not engender the building of chemistry among players.
Absolutely, but to qualify what Leon said, what he said was during competition, during a qualifying process. This was in the last Gold Cup. And no wise coach, no educated coach has teams switching every 7 players in a qualifying situation. You need team synergy, you need to prepare your team, and you need to have a system of play that all players can understand. You look at Belgium, you look at Brazil, you look at every single team that is out there that is successful in football. No coach does that in a qualifying.
Butler, who is the founder of the popular Phoenix Football Academy, says to his knowledge, a football player has never been sanctioned for being critical of a National Football Association. Meanwhile, both Dalton Wint and Michael Ricketts had suggested that there were contractual obligations that the player had that would make Leon Bailey's comments has refuted comments out of order. However, Bailey's agent Craig Butler has refuted this as well, saying while Bailey has been playing for Jamaica, there is no contract between him and the JFF.
There are several times that Leon, myself as his manager, and have actually asked for meetings with the JFF. We actually asked for a contract with the JFF so we can know what is accepted, what is not. There is no such contract. How can you have an employee that you have no contract with? There is no agreement in terms of what is acceptable, what is not acceptable. What should you do in the public and what you should not do. There's nothing. But you want to go and attack a player because he speaks his mind based off experience. Leon is our most experienced and successful player in the last 10 years.
Wind had said he would be issuing a cease and desist order on the player in a bid to show that the JFF would not be tolerating that kind of behavior. In response, during the Sportsmax exclusive, Butler said the organization has no real legal standing to issue such an order given that the two entities have no contract.
Well, Article 3 of the FIFA allows for freedom of speech. And it also allows for non-conflict of interest and fairness in how you address situations like this. Several players throughout history have voiced their opinion or dissatisfaction with the methodology or lack thereof of their national teams or club teams. In fact, I haven't seen any sanctions or letters or anything being sent to Leon Bailey, which I of course would have had to see, and therefore I believe that maybe people spoke out of turn. You have a president on national TV saying maybe he wants his father to be coach or something. No, things like that should never be done. That's unprofessional, unethical.
He warns against tactless comments by the association officials, which may do more harm than good.
I don't believe that it is legal for them to take any actions on him, and that was, in my opinion, a backslap, because you're putting something out in the media to state that you are, when in reality you can't, because it's not correct under FIFA statutes.
Now, clubs will still be promoted and relegated from the 3 divisions of the English Football League if seasons are ended amid the coronavirus crisis. Playoffs will also be played, but with no more than 4 teams. The EFL has confirmed that 51% of clubs in either the Championship, League One or League Two need to agree for a campaign to be curtailed. This could pave the way for the League One season to be cancelled, with teams currently split over a resolution. Talks last week stalled after at least 6 clubs in the 3rd tier, including Sunderland, Portsmouth and Ipswich Town, said they wanted to continue the season. With only 23 teams now in that division, any vote is certain to be decisive either way. And the BCCI will give freedom to the Indian players to decide for themselves whether to return to play as and when cricket restarts in the country. That is the assurance given by Rahul Johri, the BCCI chief executive, who said players' safety would be given paramount importance. Johri also said the board remained optimistic about the IPL taking place after the Indian monsoons, subject to clearance from the federal government. The IPL was postponed indefinitely by the BCCI in April in the wake of the COVID-19 pandemic, which put the world in a lockdown. This week, the Indian government, while extending the lockdown in the country until May 31st, said sporting and stadium facilities could reopen, but behind closed doors. However, the directive issued by the Indian Ministry of Health also said that sports gatherings would not be allowed, thus leaving a question mark over when sport would be safe to return. That is the sports news for now. Hello, this is Around the Globe. A new standoff could be brewing between the United States A new standoff could be brewing between the United States, Iran and Venezuela over a shipment of millions of dollars of fuel. 5 Iranian oil tankers are just days away from arriving in Venezuela to help ease fuel shortages. More from Al Jazeera News.
In the Venezuelan capital, Caracas, the queue at the petrol station can last for days.
This is the richest country in the world, and we should not be like this because there is wealth, there is oil, there is everything.
The shortages have plagued Venezuela for years, ever since its 1.3 million barrel a day refining network collapsed, which critics blame on underinvestment and mismanagement by the state oil company. Now, President Nicolas Maduro has turned to Iran for help, for fuel itself and chemicals to help get the oil industry back on track.
Those 5 ships are bringing gasoline. Regarding the technical support for the reactivation of the refinery, what the Venezuelan government asked us for in the past weeks was to bring input materials, catalysts, which Iran brought through the planes.
Ship tracking shows the first of the 5 tankers left the Iranian port city of Bandar Abbas in March. The first tanker, Fortune, is expected to arrive in Venezuela in the next few days. Iran is a long-time ally of Venezuela and fellow rival of the United States. Both countries' oil sectors are already under U.S. sanctions. The White House says it's considering how to respond to the shipment.
This would be an example of the Iranian regime taking the wealth of the Iranian people and wasting it in Venezuela on Maduro.
The U.S. is one of more than 60 countries trying to push Nicolas Maduro from power, recognizing opposition leader Juan Guaido as president. A force of U.S. vessels, including Navy destroyers, patrol the Caribbean on what U.S. officials say is an anti-drug mission. Venezuela sees the vessels as a threat and is sending its own military to escort the Iranian tankers through its territory.
Well, a quantity of marijuana and guns destined for Guyana has been confiscated in Miami. More details in this report from HGP-TV's Travis Chase.
United States Customs and Border Protection officers at the Miami International Airport reported recently finding more than 6 pounds of marijuana secreted in cereal boxes, cans of crackers, and inside an iced tea container, as well as this M4 rifle and a Tech-9 pistol with an ammunition magazine. The weapons were manifested as toys and also destined for Guyana. According to a press release from the Miami office of the U.S. Customs and Border Protection, the marijuana was confiscated on May 8, and the M4 rifle, along with a Tech-9 pistol and ammunition magazine, were seized on May 13th. Border Protection officers have contacted local authorities on the find, and searches are being conducted for those who might be linked to the discovery. No other credible information have been given to Nightly News on this discovery. Director at the Miami International Airport for Border Protection Services, Christopher Matson, noted in a release that the outbound cargo environment in Miami is the gateway to the Caribbean and South America, in which criminal enterprises attempt to use transportation routes to traffic drugs, guns, and money, noting that the significant seizures are a way to disrupt dangerous criminal networks. Reportedly, during the week of May 8 to 16, officers seized guns, drugs, and money which were to be exported from the United States through Miami International Airport. Additional seizures during that week included 32 pounds of marijuana concealed in cereal and diaper boxes destined for Antigua, and $29,000 in U.S. currency concealed within magazines, and parcels destined for Costa Rica. A second sum of $19,000 in U.S. currency was also destined for Costa Rica. Outbound enforcement team continues to conduct outbound sweeps of cargo, resulting in significant seizures that disrupt dangerous criminal networks. Travis Chase, HGP Nightly News.
Thank you very much. A record 106,000 new COVID-19 infections were reported across the world on Tuesday. The World Health Organization, WHO, has announced, with 2/3 of new cases observed in just 4 countries. During a press conference, the WHO chief said in the last 24 hours, there have been 106,000 cases reported to the WHO, the most in a single day since the outbreak began. Almost 2/3 of these cases were reported in just 4 countries. He added, data released by the WHO show the 4 countries to be the United States, Russia, Brazil, and the UK. And the eastern Indian city of Kolkata has been devastated by a powerful cyclone which has killed at least 84 people across India and Bangladesh. Storm Afan struck land on Wednesday, lashing coastal areas with ferocious wind and rain. It is now weakening as it moves north into Bhutan. More in this BBC report.
It hit West Bengal on Wednesday evening and then plundered through the state for hours. In the morning, this is what the region's biggest city looked like. Kolkata ravaged by what many residents say is the worst storm they've experienced.
It started becoming scary when actually these trees started cracking. When they fell and we understood something big is happening.
Parts of the city are underwater, including the airport.
Unfortunate, everything gone.
Across the border in Bangladesh, more destruction. Both countries have a lot of experience dealing with cyclones that develop each year in the Bay of Bengal, and evacuation measures save thousands of people. But it'll be a while before they can build back their lives.
The damage has been devastating. The scale of devastation is quite big. So I would say about 30% of the people in our working areas are not going to be back home tonight.
Bit by bit, relief teams are working to restore and rebuild. Cyclone season has just begun. Many are hoping it doesn't get any worse. Yogita Lemay, BBC News, India.
That's Around the Globe. We'll come back to remind you of the headlines. A reminder of the headlines: workers on the breadline to begin receiving NIS unemployment benefits. Opposition leader says he has found a replacement for the Senate following the withdrawal of NDC member Corinne James. More cruise workers arrived on island today. Yacht passengers find safe haven before the start of the hurricane season. In the sports news, the Jamaica Football Federation at a war with words with agent of Bayer Leverkusen star Leon Bailey. And in Around the Globe, Venezuela says its military will escort 5 Iranian tankers carrying oil to ease severe shortages. I'm Kenroy, Baptiste. That's all from us in the GBN newsroom for the moment. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time. Good night.